Hello, authentically me beauties. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in today. It's been a while since I've done a solo cast, and goodness me, I apologize for that. I'm still navigating hashtag podcast life and what that looks like for me during this time, because I'm living in a new place and there's not as much time and space for me to record in a quiet space and have good quality audio for you. So I am carving out times and spaces in the future to be more consistent. I hope that you will continue to tune in, to subscribe, to rate my podcast on iTunes or Spotify, whichever modality you are listening in on. I'm even on YouTube also. Sometimes I have hit videos there and they get more views than my podcast shows do, but most of the time it's the other way around. Wherever you are, thank you for being here. Wherever you're tuning in from, thank you for doing so. And it would be an honor for me and for this show and the future of this show for you to share Authentically Me Radio with your friends. You can copy and paste a direct link to a show you think may help someone, something they need to hear, someone you think that would get down with whatever I'm sharing. Or you can do an Instagram story and tag me in it and just show us your beautiful face listening to my podcast. I want to see you. That would be such a gift. Oh my goodness. You can even screen record the show as you're listening to it and share that. So however suits you to share upon it, please do so. It is such an incredible blessing, and I'm so thankful for you, A, for being here, and B, for sharing my voice, my transmissions with others so that we can get out there and share this medicine with the world. So, speaking of sharing medicine with the world, I have come on here today to talk about COVID. I said it. I said the bad word, y'all. I can say it here. COVID, 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 COVID. You ain't gonna hit me with no fact checkers now, are ya? Social media bitches. Anyway, God, it's so fucking annoying how our social media platforms are becoming just totally corrupted and monitored and regulated. There's just so much happening in the world. And you know what I'm finding as I'm out talking to people about this is that some people don't even know. They're like, what Instagram update? What happened? What? The government's spying on me? What? Like, people don't even know. Yeah, and it just is a matter of educating yourself. It's so easy to just fall in line and to do the things because everybody else is doing them, like have Instagram or, get a vaccine or whatever it is. It's so easy to do so. To buy a shirt, to buy these fucking yoga pants that are all over TikTok because everybody else is doing it and you got to get that TikTok view, There's so many things that trend and it's like, yeah, there's so much to say about all of that. But things are happening, things are moving in our world. You may or may not be aware of them. And wherever you are on that journey, I'm just here to speak a little bit about where I am and what I've been experiencing with everything, because we are here to learn from each other, to grow with one another, whether it is growth in the form of me triggering you, growth in the form of you relating to me, growth in the form of me perhaps sharing a thought or a circumstance that you didn't know existed or was available to you, whatever form of growth is here. I trust that those that are here to receive it will receive it. And I'd love to hear from you too if something touched you, so please reach out. I know that if a few word vomits ago on this episode already, I mentioned, getting the vaccine just because everybody else is doing it. So for those of you that heard that and were turned off by that, I just want to assure you that in no way, shape, or form am I here to sway anybody to do anything. I desire for us all to make choices that are the best for ourselves, for our bodies, for our families, and for the world, the best choice that we can make with the information that is available to us. And so, if you feel good about what you are doing and how you are operating and navigating through it all, then please continue to feel good. I encourage you, I lift you up in whatever choices you are making. For myself, I am making the choice to be a hard no for the vaccine. I do not even take ibuprofen. I haven't gotten the flu vaccine since I was a kid. My body is incredibly sensitive to medicine. Even in my younger years, I sound like I'm an old person, but anyway, a decade ago or so, when my body was different, um, even when I would go to the doctor and get prescribed things, I would ask, can you prescribe, a lower milligram or a smaller dose? And they would always say, like, oh no, you don't want to do that. And I'm like, yes, I do. I'm asking for it because my body is very sensitive and very reactive to all forms of Western medicine. It's just how my specific body has been. And so if you ask for it, they will do it, just so you know. And maybe you didn't know that. And even still, sometimes I would have reactions, and not even necessarily bad, like I wouldn't finish prescriptions because whatever was going on was dunzo onezo. And yeah, I guess I'm fortunate for that. And I am also a health nut. I'm really big into holistic medicine, into healing my body through the things that I eat. I'm vegan, as you can see right here. I have it tattooed on my chest if you're watching on YouTube. Um, we we are capable of anything that we put our minds to, and the energetics surrounding everything is the most important and what I want to speak to, because just because I'm choosing not to get the vaccine, maybe you relate to me, maybe you don't. I imagine that you do because you're here. But just because I'm choosing that for myself doesn't by any means mean that that is the right decision. Do I think that it is? Yes, I do. But does that mean that I expect everyone else to bow down to what I think or feel and to agree with me? No, I don't want you to. I want you to be your own person. I want people to feel good about what they are doing. And there are a lot of people that are just falling in line, are consciously following in line. Like, I literally had someone say to me, I don't care if I have to get the vaccine shot in my fucking eye if we can go back to normal. Like, I'll do whatever it takes. Give me that damn shot so we can, go back to normal, quote unquote. And that's fine, that's their choice. But that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good to hear. Like, nobody wants a fucking shot in their eyeball. Come on. So just tune into your body. Tune in to your body. Make choices that feel good for you. Make choices that are in integrity with your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, And I talk about this a little bit on, a lot of it actually, on season 3, episode 6, I've Never Voted, and here's what I have to say about it. So there's a lot of these same philosophies that I'm talking about today that I went into great detail on that episode. So please feel free to tune into the episode and check it out because it's really awesome. It's one of the episodes that I'm most proud of, I'd say. So please check it out. And yeah, so back to tuning into your body and making choices that feel good for you. So that is essentially how I have been navigating what we're experiencing in the world during this plandemic. From the get-go, I was like, okay, whatever's happening, I surrender to spirit. I trust the process. I'm going to tune in more and more. And it was an opportunity for me to tune into my gut and my intuition, because there is technology in your body. You are an animal, you have senses. We get lost in our logical mind, but the body intelligence, even though our ego wants us to think that the mind intelligence is where it's at, our body intelligence and our heart intelligence, if our heart is pure and clear, is really where it's at. Really, ultimately, where it's at in this life. So, I'll give you an example. When I met David, it was this time last year. David is my partner, for those of you who don't know. And COVID had just like kind of started, and we met in February, but didn't get the opportunity to go on a date together until literally, I think it was the week that they said lockdown. Everybody's on lockdown. Nobody leave your house, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck. I was scared. Do I feel comfortable getting together with this man? I don't know where he's been, what kind of precautions he takes. And I was just totally in my fucking head. And so I meditated, I tuned into my body, I phoned a friend, and my intuition and my entire body was screaming like, yes, Serena, go meet him. Go have a date with him. And I'm like, well, what if I want to kiss him? Like, what if it goes well and I want to kiss him? Like, am I going to get fucking COVID? No, Serena, go spend time with him. Go enjoy it. Like, you live once, right? So I listened and I did that. And it was one of the best decisions that I ever made, to listen to my intuition, my gut, my heart, versus my head. And since then, as we've navigated all this crazy shit that's happening, people are saying and believe very much like, don't spend time with your family for the holidays, or, there's so many opinions out there. And at this point, this has been going on for almost a year. We're at the end of January. We're coming up on a year. Nothing is back to normal. When this started, it was stay in your house for 2 weeks. We're gonna, curb the numbers, and then everything will go back to normal. Well, it's been almost a whole fucking year, and we're not back to normal. And people are dying, whether from COVID or not. Life is continuing to happen. And so ultimately, this is a form of the flu. Based on what I have come to understand, it is a form of the flu. So, do you want to see your family? Ask your body. Tune into yourself. Does it feel aligned? Does it feel good? Do you feel at peace? And if you don't feel at peace and you're still in fear, and fear is still playing out in your mind and your body, if you can't tap into that space yet, that's okay. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. But for those who this is touching and reaching, and you're like, oh shit, I need to start doing what feels good, I need to listen to my body, please do that. Please do that. And know that, nothing in life is guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed. You get into the car and go to the grocery store. I don't wish this for anybody, by the way, universe. Cutting out space for this comment to exist without inviting it into anyone's reality. You can get into the car and go to the fucking grocery store for just something real quick and die. Like, nothing is guaranteed in this life. Like, there are so many things that are happening, that are moving, and you get to make your own choices. You get to be your own fucking person. Let me tell you about how I've been living. I have been careful. I wash my hands, as soon as I get home. I take off my shoes. I'm not spreading germs all around in the house. Just mindfulness of that, right? I have my solid bubble of humans that I see on a regular basis, that I trust, that are mindful and conscious and aware of themselves, each other, and their surroundings. So I trust them. And if they say like, I'm not feeling so good, cool, then, we'll hang out another time. I have crossed paths with people who have had COVID. I know people personally. I know people that have had it. So, I'm not speaking from just any place of being naive. I know that it exists and it's a real thing. And I also am not going to stop living my life, stop spending time with people that I care about, and stop doing things that I know that I am going to be safe doing. Now, I have been in touch with my intuition for a really long time. Ever since I was a kid, I've been in communication with spirit, and tuning in and listening. And there are a lot of circumstances that I have put myself in consciously, knowing that it was a risk and that it was dangerous, because I knew that I was safe and that I was going to be okay. And so I'm able to tune in, I'm able to get there and ask those questions and figure it out. And if you need assistance with this, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to be a spiritual life coach to you. I have a link in the show notes that you can click and get a free call with me if you're interested. Intimacy is lacking, you guys. Intimacy is lacking in the world. We're walking around with our faces covered, and I miss being able to smile at strangers. I miss being able to just, without thinking twice, book a plane ticket and travel. And yeah, it sucks what we're going through. It sucks. And unfortunately, this is the new reality. We're living in this virtual reality. A lot of things are going online, and it feels fishy to me. I think that there's some weird shit going on with all the regulations and things that have been coming out. And we also live in this reality where I'm noticing a lot of people spiritually bypassing, emotionally bypassing what they are experiencing. Like, it's almost been an entire year. Like, wake the fuck up, live your life. You get one life to live. Live it. So many people are like, oh, I'm just gonna wait until like things go back to normal. And what are you gonna do when COVID ends? Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do that? Blah, blah, blah. I can't believe that you're still getting married in COVID. Yeah, I am. I'm fucking doing that. I'm doing it because it's my life. And I can. And guess what? It's gonna be the most beautiful, amazing experience ever. I'm so fucking excited. And I have Loved ones there? Sure, not all of my loved ones. Am I taking precautions? Yes. Do I feel safe? Yes. I have a really good feeling everything is going to be just fine. And maybe you hear this and you're like, that bitch is crazy. She's just like, listen to your feelings, make choices. Like, that's dangerous. Because I understand the logical mind wants to know, like, okay, all the surfaces are clean, my hands are clean. Yep, okay, check, check, check. There's no way that I'm going to get COVID. All is clear. If I just lock myself in the house, if I never see anybody, then I'll be safe. Like, let your ego die. Let it die. There's so much more to this life experience than fear. And fear is getting drilled into us on social media and the fact checker, on the news. I had a client sit down in my chair this past month and say to me, Serena, how do you navigate things like the news? How do you process that emotionally? And I was like, easy. I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I have certain people that I tune into that I trust. I'm very selective with the things that I intake, the things that I ingest into my mind, into my body, into my heart, into my experience. I am selective about who I surround myself with, what I eat, what I watch, what I subscribe to, what I listen to, what podcasts I listen to, what books I read. I'm selective with my mentors, my guides. Everything is connected. Absolutely everything is connected. And let me tell you something. Please do not continue to live your life putting things off, waiting for things to go back to normal. What if they don't? What if this is the new normal? Not that I invite that in, but you get to live your life and you get to feel happy. You get to feel intimacy. You get to be touched physically. We need that. It is an actual need as a human being. Feel whatever you're feeling. So many people are not allowing themselves to feel the pain, the grief, the sadness. Businesses are shutting down. Things are just not the same anymore. And you get to process that and not just bypass it and wait for things to go back to the way that they once were. It's just like when something changes in a relationship, you know, that relationship may not ever be the way that it once was, and you get to grieve the old relationship and open space for whatever new existence is there. So whatever new world we are to enter, whatever new experiences we are to have, please open yourself to them. Process whatever it is that you need to process. Be wherever you feel good being. Make decisions that resonate with you, that you can confidently be in alignment with. And for the love of God, do not expect other people to make the same choices as you or believe the same things as you. Like, there's not one person in this world that is like, I have the answers. I know everything about COVID and everything that's going on. Listen to me. Nobody fucking knows. There is not one person who really knows, without a shadow of a doubt, what the truth is. All you can do is make the best decisions that you can for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, for this planet, and love on other people who, at the end of the day, are doing the same fucking thing. If someone is completely disagrees with you, I bet you their reasoning comes down to the same thing as you, because they believe that what they believe is the truth and that what it is the best thing for them or for their family or for others or for the world. Let us love on each other. Let us support each other because times are changing. We are changing. Wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you're tuning in from, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for doing the work. I see you. I feel you. And I send you infinite blessings. Bye.